Welcome to the Vibrant Living Network. Have you ever wondered what is possible beyond possible? What is the thing you've been wondering and inquiring about? Are you just feeling stuck and don't know why? Are you thinking or are you seeing? Seeing allows us to expand and have this other experience. We want to invite you for that wake-up call. We want to invite your spirit, your soul, so to be more alive, more connected. Glenn Brooks has been a life coach for over 33 years, author of Divorced to Patterns, Not Each Other, an explorer of what is possible. He has worked with people all around the world. Join us for a wake-up conversation, a dialogue with you. We will have some of the most interesting contributors. We will be talking to some of the most interesting people and have some of the most resourceful teachers, wisdom-filled people from around the world join us. Share your voice, ask the questions, become free of the known into a new world of possibility. We are going to talk about all the things you wonder about: how to live, how to heal, how to connect, how to love, how to be seen. Your life is precious. Enjoy it.
Hello, it's Glenn Brooks. Are you guys ready to breathe like the Dalai Lama with me? Ready to change your breathing?
Sure are. Ready.
All right. Well, I'm in a familiar place. I'm in a place where there's some woods around me, and I wanted to share with you guys how I met Dr. Gail Randall, who I've been in constant ceremony with Gail. I want to say the last 25 days. Well, first of all, I want to welcome Janet, Carafa, Lisa LaRose, Teresa, who's unusually talented at energy and Qigong work, who I had the honor of welcoming her to our vibrant family. Sherry, who is a dog mystic who reads the energy of dogs and helps people have more harmony and peace and connection. And, of course, Gail, you, that I get to tell the story about. Dr. Gail Randall. I had the honor of meeting Gail. I don't know. Honest to God, I feel like there's no time clock on this. It could have, if I said 40 years ago, it'd still be as accurate as, it just feels totally timeless. Now, one of the people that influenced my life tremendously and would show up and we'd have 2-3 hour conversations was Dr. Valerie Hunt. Dr. Hunt, to this day, was a scientist who studied healing, studied healers around the world at UCLA. She was one of the most brilliant, caring, wonderful people, and she often said things that had me laugh. And I said to her one day about this particular renowned healer, I said, what happens if she's rude? Valerie said to me, well, I tell her to sit down and shut up. She was very human, very brilliant. And the last conversation I had with her was about 8 years ago. And she said, Glenn, the things that shock us, the things that rock us, they disturb us. They set us up to be ill. We need to remove the shock out of our energy bodies, our energy systems. And then she passed away. She was in her 90s. And every day, I think, I hold a place in my heart for Dr. Valerie Hunt. I see this website with Gail's. I see the Randall Healing Center in L.A., and I think I got my daughter there. I feel like a sense of family in L.A., and I leave a message for Dr. Gail Randall, who of course, meets Valerie at UCLA. She's one of the innovators in the field of integrative medicine for the last 40 years. I leave this message. Now, you never know what's going to happen. But I also sent if you will, a rocket in the sky. I said, I need to see the situation I'm going through differently. The situation for me is for me, it was an emotional shock. I had a health scare that scared me. Sometimes you think you've done something. I've been a health coach. It says 33 and a half years. It's 38 years being a life coach, innovating, vibrant living. But this thing that had happened with me just really scared me in a way I'd never been so scared. So I left a message for Dr. Gail Randall, and I'm driving back, and I'm just feeling a sense of isolation and desolation, and I'm really not sure what to do. I could feel the shock in my system, and yet, I know a lot of people, but I'm still, something hasn't shifted. And all of a sudden, this woman gets on the phone. She goes, "Hi, I'm Tony. I'm the office manager at Dr. Gail Randall's office. And she says, can I put her through it? I said, absolutely. I felt my, if you will, the bones in my body shake a little. And I felt, oh my God, here it is. I feel like I just felt my life literally shift right in that moment. And Gail comes on the phone, and I want to say, conversations where you don't waste any time. There was no time in this conversation. And within seconds, Gail had said to me, she said so much, it thundered into my soul. She just said, I love you. You probably had this hemorrhage occur around your eye. I'm going to be with you, and I'm always going to take care of you at the deepest level. And she followed that. By the way, that conversation, and it was a parking lot at a convenience store. And I remember I was like worshiping right by the dumpster. I was like, that was the most relevant moment of my life, speaking to Dr. Gail Randall. And I was, Randall, excuse me at the name mispronunciation. So basically what she covered with me on that call, and I want to ask you guys this, how many times you're in a conversation and you go someplace and you don't really know what to ask. You don't even know what's possible. And in that conversation, I felt a sense of soul reassurance. I felt a sense of soul recognition. And I felt I probably met the smartest, most caring medical doctor that was so in tune that finally I could let down at a level I never let down. I'm really amazing at research. I was researching everything about this condition, but the difference is that the soul warmth that Dr. Gail gave me on the call, just literally, I walked to the car as a different human being. And before the call ended, she says, I'm sending you these supplements. I want you to take them. I want you to pay attention to this. And for the next blessed 25 days or whatever it's been, I've been on the call really leaping past time and letting Gail guide me at levels that I had never been guided before. One of the levels, and part of what came up, I don't know if you guys have had this, but when I was 12, I went to a movie theater with my friend. It was an indoor movie theater. It was the day of the eclipse. And that's what we do. We went to a matinee. And I heard about 2 days after the matinee that, in fact, if you stare or you look at the eclipse, it could burn your retina. And for the first time in my life, I think I started to worry. I don't remember what worry was. I remember a lot of things, but worry, I just don't remember worry. But worry was like I used to worry. And so I did a ceremony with Gail, about a 3-hour ceremony. By the way, when I speak to Dr. Gail, it's totally timeless. And I feel listened to and treasured. And plus, I want to say her scientific mind and her brilliance around the body. And also the fact that I'm also standing in this parking lot, honestly. And Gail says to me, Valerie's with us right now. Or Valerie's looking at, she said, but I felt Valerie's energy for the first time as strong in 8 years. Well, I love you. I'm so happy you're with us today, Dr. Gail. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I also want to welcome everybody from LA and say this is our launch day for Vibrant LA. And yes, I'm overtaken by some emotion. So why don't you say something, Gail? Welcome.
Well, thank you so much. I think that one of the reasons you picked me was because I'm not only in integrative medicine, but you went online and you found out I was a physician that did energy healing. And
that's right. You're an energy healer.
You called my office. I think that's why you called my office. And when we got on the phone together the first time, I looked at the clock, and after what seemed about 5 minutes, and it was like 3 hours later. Mm-hmm. And you're right about the timeless. I mean, and healing has no time, because when I made the call and you picked up the phone and you knew that I was there, you already began to heal.
Yes.
Before I even talked to you, before we even spoke, the healing began. So that's how healing is, and I'm sure some of these other knowledgeable ladies could speak to that. It's sometimes it happens before it happens, and then of course the other part is just following up on a spiral. It gets better and better. So, and that's how it's been for the last 25 days.
It's been the best. It's been so. I don't know. It's been profound and wonderful, and there's so much subtlety, and it's like re-educating your whole system. Your whole system is ongoing, re-educated, and I feel like another aspect. I feel very grateful to the infinite, to God, and the divine for our connection. I'm very glad. By the way, I'm so happy. I spent last week, and I was with Teresa, who some people know as Master Teresa, and she gave me a Qigong healing. I love and I feel a sense of family with Teresa. Sherry, who I feel brings this to the people in the dog world, in the canine world, and brings harmony. And Janet, Janet's just been wondering. Janet says I speak in the language of the invisible. And it's the first time. You know what happens when someone recognizes something in you that no one's ever said? I want to say, Janet, that was such a beautiful gift. And the gift of performing with you on stage at the Academy of Music, as I got to hang out with a world-class mime and be with you in a performance. I want to say that's so deep in my heart. I want to welcome everybody to Vibrant Living Kauai as well today. And Lisa,
yes.
He's here. You know what I want to do, Jen? I want to start with you. I want to just open up the conversation, and I want you guys to run something by Gail or just say anything that occurs to you about healing or vibrancy, anything that bubbles to you. I just want to sit back and exhale and listen to you all and have Gail. And also I want to thank Tony, that sweetheart Tony at Gail's office, who's been so kind and wonderful, who did that introduction call. And I felt such a deep home and still do with Tony and, of course, Janet Montgomery. What a sweetheart, the hypnotherapist. She's been a lifesaver as well. So go ahead, Janet, share with us anything that's bubbling, and then I want to go around the table.
Okay. Aloha, everybody. I'm sitting here on Kauai. It's beautiful. And, wow, so nice to meet you, Dr. Gail Randall.
Thank you.
Yes. And what a beautiful, Glenn is such a masterful coach and special person. He brings the most amazing out of everybody. And what a beautiful introduction. And so thank you for, and what you were all saying, what he was saying and what you were acknowledging is how you greeted him on the phone. I love you. I'm here for you. I didn't, whatever, it's a soul reassurance and a soul recognition.
Yes.
And that we treasure each other and you're listened to. And this is the greatest gift because each of us are divine, and bringing the light out in each of us by recognizing each other and, having that, giving each other reassurance. That's been a big theme this week for me. So thank you. I just want to acknowledge that. And, beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found in my work that a lot of what people need is to feel safe. And so I asked Glenn to imagine us standing eye to eye with each other, and imagine me putting my hand on his shoulder, on his left shoulder, my right hand on his left shoulder, and us looking into each other's eyes. And then I did sort of a visualization, but it was really more of an energy. I did a shamanic healing and removed that energy that happened to that little 12-year-old boy that put what I call a low-level devil on his back and shook it
I love that line.
And then I told him afterwards, it really was not a big deal. It was a low-level devil. It was easy to get off. So now we just have to deal with the habit of feeling that anxiety or emotion, because the negativity's gone. You're already healed. We just have to smooth out the energy. And then, of course, with the Qigong and the yoga and all you guys, that'll all help him as well.
Wow, beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful to have like-minded healers coming together.
I love that. Yes.
Definitely.
I'm just exhaling, breathing. I just want to say the other thing that Gail said to me, and I want you guys to reflect on this, is that the night or the morning, I should say, that I noticed something was different in my vision, I felt a sense of separation. So Gail said to me, "You felt separate," and I realized that I did. I had this moment, and then when she said it at the same time, I felt this release from the separation, because I felt it one with Gail. I felt it one in that moment. And it was a great, great release. In other words, the recognition of an illusion, or the recognition of something allows something, there's this line that basically all illness is a freedom from delusion, that when we become aware of delusion and awareness comes in. So it was I just want to say all this happened in a parking lot by a dumpster. Because as soon as Tony told me Gail was on the line, I just pulled over. She goes, "Are you available?" I was like, "Yes, I don't care where I am, I'm available. It doesn't matter what time it is. If there's 15 cars around me, I'm available. I'll climb a tree to talk to Gail." Share, tell me, I want to pass the stick. So Teresa, you were just sharing. Yeah, I love that. Yes, I love that. And that's why I put together the Vibrant Speaking Summits, because I want us all to speak together. And obviously we'll have Vibrant Living Summit in LA, and we'll all be together because there's something to be discovered as we share. Who else wants to share? Tell me who else is bubbled here. A question, comment?
One more thing.
Yes.
Please.
Who, me or?
I don't know. You said one more thing, Gail.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to share about your vision. That, I saw your vision change. Like, I see a lot of people's bodies. I read the body like the farmer reads the land. I learned from my teacher, Joseph Rayat, to look at the body, not only, of course, like a doctor, because I've been many, many years of that, and an integrative doctor and all the disciplines I've done, but to look at the body as a metaphor. And, Valerie was big into this, too. Valerie Hunt, who was my teacher, professor emeritus at UCLA. Mm-hmm. But, your eye was speaking to you not so much about something being wrong with you, but your new vision, your new way of seeing things, and this new vision about vibrant living, LA, and the team you're bringing together. Yeah. It's all for the collective good. It's an amazing new vision. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that you're seeing differently now. It's a gift.
I want to say that Gail sharing that with me, and even her sharing it now, it just melted me down and still does, because, and we're going to continue after these few words, but it's seeing something not as a problem or an obstacle, but seeing it as a blessing. It's major. Stay with us on our wonderful Vibrant Healing team. Dr. Gail Randall, Lisa LaRose, Donna Carafa, Master Teresa, today known as Teresa, Sherry, the dog mystic, will continue. Your life precious is life precious. Enjoy it. Stay with us.
The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Conflict comes in many forms and often triggers a fight-or-flight response. Some of us gravitate toward conflict, while many will stop at little to nothing to avoid it. Unfortunately, what we resist will persist, which often forces us to face our fear and deal with it head-on. Join me during my show, Conflict Rising, as I discuss the important role of conflict with leaders who have moved through it successfully. Tune in Thursdays at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, it's always darkest before the dawn.
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything.
I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor.
If making my detox public is going to help somebody, I'm all for it. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth. A message from Truth, the Ad Council, and ONDCP.
You're listening to Vibrant LA, Vibrant Living. I'm Glenn Brooks. Welcome aboard our Vibrant Network, along with Janet Carafa, Lisa LaRose, Teresa, sometimes known as Master Teresa. She knows Qigong like she knows where her back is. She's a beautiful new family member. Lisa, Sherry, a couple of things. I wanted to just share something you shared with me last night because it moved me so deeply, and I want to get the panel's comment. If it's okay, I won't mention any names. Could I share something you shared with me last night, Gail, that just so moved me? I didn't tell you how much it moved me, but I did a little bit, but I want to reflect on it. today, if that's okay. I won't mention any names.
Of course.
Okay, all right. So you said to me, and I know you guys have been to medical clinics and you've gone places, and there's really nothing worse than being in the vague or like someone gives you that serious look. I mean, my chiropractor said it to me. He went to see a retina therapist, and he said the retina therapist that he went to see, he said when the guy walked in the room, he said he was the only doctor, the only guy who was singing and like skipping in the hallway just about. And he said this guy walked in the room and he goes, "Oh my God, I know I'm going to get well." And literally he had a boulder in his artery behind his eye and it cleared. He called it being lucky. I said to him yesterday, I said, "How could you call that lucky? That's miraculous. Come on." So Gail said to me last night, this gentleman just had an operation. I guess he had colon cancer. But Gail said she made it a point when he called to help him dispel, to help him break the secondary trauma, which is kind of like, oh my God, you know, a person has cancer in the operation, that's like a lifelong death sentence. The secondary sentence is the actual language of the diagnostic. And Gail transmitted to him, you're well, you're here, you're alive. That's called dispelling. It's a big deal. And I felt so good in my heart. I thought, oh my God, there's so many times that was said to someone, they'd be sleeping better. Their adrenaline would calm down. Their cortisol level would drop. It's somehow in the mechanistic system, it's so rare to get you know what Gail does? She reaches into someone's soul and speaks to them like a human being, so their innate healing response can kick on. I was so grateful that you shared that yesterday with me. I felt so good that you did. Sometimes it's hard to wait for the reassurance of the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, sometimes at night when I get up and I was going through tough nights, I would visualize two big Great Danes with me. So I want to say, Sherry, that the dog energy, and of course when I talk to Lisa just about daily, she's got at least 14 of these four-legged creatures that she's walking around. So the dog energy has been very significant. The dogs are a profound medicine. That's why I'm so excited about what Sherry's doing and her being a dog mystic. And that's right, you brought up a dog yesterday, Gail, so I was thinking about Sherry.
Well, my name is Sherry Marquez from Smart Paws Dog Training, and you know, the dogs have they have their own healing effects. You know, they give us that reassurance, and they give us that reassurance that we can confide in them, even when we don't feel comfortable confiding in people. You know, so they're just absolutely incredible beings to help us enjoy our living even better and make our lives even more enjoyable because of their playfulness and their openness and their unconditional love. You know?
Right.
And Glenn, like you were saying about the daily, or actually, Gail, what you told the man with cancer, you know, it's all about affirmations. Your affirmations that change your way of thinking. I am healthy instead of I am sick and I have a disease. It makes such a difference. Such a difference.
Such a difference. I think that it can even change our genes and you know, maybe lengthen our telomeres if you can remove that sentence that gets placed upon a person. Then they feel they have the motivation and willingness to want to go on and, you know, invest in wellness, and they get well.
Right.
Yes. This is Janet, and from Kauai, Hot Yoga Princeville, and I loved how you said that the healing happens before it happens. It's already happened, and then the spiral gets better and better. That's it. It's like, we just reset completely.
And is it
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say this.
We both said go. I like that. That was kind of, yeah. Lisa, go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say welcome to everybody. But, you know, I had the good fortune of being able to study with a Hawaiian kahuna. And they, in Hawaiian healing, they talk about the energy of certainty. And I think that's what each of you bring to your unique practices, you know, that when you approach a patient, or whether Sherry, you approach a dog, or Janet, you approach somebody, you know, on the stage, you know, you bring with you that energy of certainty. You already have an awareness. You see it as done. You see it as complete. You know that the innate ability for the body to heal or a dog to behave, it's there. And it's sort of this knowledge that we kind of come in with, but then we forget about. We get bombarded with media or whatever else it is that kind of shakes us from the truth of who we are. And so I applaud you all, you know, Master Teresa and Dr. Gail and Janet, and Glenn and Sherry, you know, thank you for bringing the wisdom that you do today, and for reminding people to remember who they were, and to know that you know, to develop that trust between each other, where when somebody says, no, I see you well, I know that you will return to your natural state, that's the path that you can follow. And so, you know, thank you.
Beautiful.
You know, I want to in a moment have everybody give out their website, including Dr. Gail Randall. And I want to say something else that Gail does that is so beautiful and so actually incredibly rare. So Gail was telling me about there's a woman, I think it was due to have a very lengthy liver surgery, hours. And she said that one of the things she does is she will call the surgeon. She'll basically imprint her energy, her beautiful presence, and her wisdom, so that she said it to me the other night. She says, well, I can eradicate things. Like she says, if there's a devil on the scene, I could take it away. See, it means so much to have. How many of you have been a doctor that says, you know what, whatever else you're going through, if it's around healing, I want to be part of that. You know, usually they give you an appointment card. So, you know, so Gail said that she said the woman had what was a 6 hour surgery, was a very minimalistic surgery. And it's because in the true holistic, if you want to say the vibrant holistic, the authenticity of that is so much about lifestyle and presence in all hours of the night and morning. And, you know, it's in some sense we're redefining, or I did a series once on the Ultimate Hospital, we're redefining the old images and time-bound ideas of what healing is. So one of the things that I had to do in this journey that I'm so blessed to do is kind of see things that were terrifying in a new light. And Gail said she would step in there with me. So yesterday I said to her, I said, you know, I did this imagery on the innermost edge. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you guys. So I think it was the second day, Gail had sent me a text and it said something like, I want to be your healing captain. And you know when you think about something for 1 second, like I thought about it, and the next line is, do it. Do it. Like, let me be your captain. And I'm like, I dropped to my knees. I was like, yes, Gail. Yes. She was like, don't think it. Then she said she's from Nebraska. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Wherever I'm from, she's my captain. I don't got it. You said you're from Nebraska.
You never heard of Port Nebraska?
Well, no, but you said it's something to do with the mentality. Like you were saying, some people, they're not as straightforward. Like you were saying that the culture, like I didn't see this pushy. I was just blessed by it. It was like, you want to be my captain and you want to talk to anybody I'm working with, please.
Yeah, it helps.
Please.
It helps. I actually went and met with this woman's surgeon who did the surgery on her. That 6 hours surgery turned into a half an hour.
No way!
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because she ended up doing it laparoscopically, which she did not think she'd be able to do. But I really think the energy of it, and the energy that I have between that patient and me, changed it. I mean, that's what I feel. And I think that's possible for everybody. You know, if you have enough prayer, enough positive energy, that you can change things.
You know, I'm always reluctant to share about how much in some sense, happened that startled me so much, but it was just a very unexpected thing. I don't want to be vague. It was very unusual what happened, and it happened so quick that my survival mechanism went on. And I want to say another thing is deep listening, which Gail practices so beautifully. Deep listening invites the next level of expression. So the next level of expression that occurred was like, wow, you actually could cover. The way Gail said it to me, it was kind of like, wow, I never had a doctor, and I've worked with many doctors, say to me that it was going to be that deep. So sometimes people get very enthusiastic in the first 2-3 days. Gail doesn't miss a beat. Dr. Gail Randall practices this from a deep place in herself that it transmits it. Also, I want to say hello to everybody on your Instagram. I know a lot of Instagram people were very excited about Vibrant LA, and I'm very excited that I feel like we've arrived in LA. I want to say how much I love and appreciate Eric Morris, who tells me I got to get to LA for the last 10 years. And now I got to back up to coach people in Kauai, so Janet could walk me to the most sacred places in Kauai to hike and be by the waterfalls. And that's right. When it rains in Kauai, the bridge is closed. So Janet said he learned to be extra mellow. When the bridge is closed, you got to wait till the rain lets up.
You have to listen to the elements. You have to be one with the elements. Whatever it is, it is.
Right, exactly.
You learn the slogan, patience is a virtue. That's for sure.
And that makes me think of something I just need to clarify. This energy, this stuff that I share with people and my friends, it's not really me. It's me. I'm the channel or whatever, but it's God's energy. I just work here, And
the divine
I had the honor last week of doing a session with Master Teresa, and it was just very beautiful. Her daughter was leaving. We took a picture together. Teresa introduced me to a gentleman from China who does these art exhibitions. I love the way you quietly connect things, Teresa. I love how you orchestrate things in such a beautiful, gentle way, by the way. Such a sweet quality about that. Because I come to see you at this beautiful retreat center, and I feel like I'm coming to your little mansion over there. And you come over, and you kind of you have this energy like a rabbit. You just got this very beautiful energy, and you're alive, and I deeply, deeply appreciate it. And you're the only person I know that practices what you call Qigong and the relevancy. And, I want to say another thing that Gail helped me again.
Yes.
In perception. The other thing is that I was thinking, oh, my God, I'm not seeing the way I'd like to see at times. So I'm playing tennis, and it's like, oh, my God, I don't see the ball the way I like. And then Gail says to me, you've opened up a level of vision and seeing you've never had before. And I realized, oh my God, I didn't see that. It's almost like sometimes there's a website my friends have called We Need Each Other. Needing is a beautiful thing when you're conscious of it. That feedback I needed. I needed. So let's
have to just slip in because I have to say aloha.
Go ahead.
I got to go teach yoga. This is Janet saying aloha. And I'll just say my website. So if anybody wants to check out the retreat that's happening in August that our beautiful Glenn is coaching. It's Hot Yoga Princeville, PRINCEVILLE.com, and look up retreats. And aloha, everybody. Beautiful to talk to everybody.
Thank you
Love to you,
so
Janet.
much.
Thank you.
So lovely to meet you.
Beautiful. Aloha. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, that's a very good aloha, Sherry. Let's face it, that's excellent. So let's do this. So Lisa, what's your next bubbling? What's bubbling for you? By the way, thanks for the beautiful write-up. I saw the write-up. It was great this morning. What's bubbling for you now?
You're welcome. Well, you wanted everybody give their website, so why don't we?
Yes. Thank you. No, that was perfect. That was dang perfect. Thank you.
Keep you on track.
Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you.
I mean, So, Dr. Gail, yours
mine's
is
Dr.
DR.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
DRGM, like Godmother, DRGM, Randall, RANDALL.com. Simple.
Correct. And
Sherry? All right. And so my website is smartpawsdogtraining.com. Smartpawsdogtraining.com.
Smart dog.
And
okay.
Mm-hmm. And then Master Teresa, are you?
Oh, no rush. Hey, hi everyone. Just Pure, P-U-R-E, land, L-A-N-D. Pure Land actually means paradise in Buddhism. But beautiful energy there. Pure Land. Qigong, Qigong.com.
I will be with Master Teresa this weekend. Can't wait. Yeah. I can wait. I could wait.
Yeah. Well, I actually want to say something is about the love.
Please.
I hear from Glenn talking about Dr. Gail. It's that love that is fueling people really, and that love is really enormous. Really awesome energy that I feel coming from her, listening to her on the radio.
Oh, thank you.
It's really beautiful. And then the assurance that you're giving to people is really beautiful. If that's the way all healers will take care of the clients like that, wow, isn't that awesome that your love? It's just amazing how beautiful you are sending it out to them to show them they can, just appreciate that.
Well, if one is going to really be a true healer, the only place that you can draw from is love. Love has to be involved, or you're just being a pill pusher.
Yeah. That's awesome. I call the qi love these days. Remind people when you do qigong, this very mindful breathing exercise. It's really a love that we are cultivating. And it's that love to yourself, and you expand that to others. And you get that confidence from the practice because you feel you change. As you can change, then you can help other people to change. But start from ourselves, right? Change your energy first. So it's really love. So awesome. Really, Glenn's really love. Really excited. Having a good time with Glenn. Is so excited, and he talking about Dr. Gail and Janet and Lisa and Sherry about this lovely time we're going to come together right now. So this beautiful collaboration of healers coming together is really amazing. It's just to send out through the radio and podcast and got over the world corners to corners and sending love out.
We're planning our next event. Oh, I guess we'll pause for a moment here. We'll pause for a moment. I'm taken by surprise again.
Yeah.
All right. It's such a blessed afternoon sharing with you guys. I'm Glenn Brooks. Your life's precious. Enjoy it and stay with us for more vibrant living.
Feed your soul with Waves of Consciousness on OMTimes Radio.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free, ascendinghearts.com.
Kathy Williams, host of Sexy Mom Abundant Life radio show on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. On the show, we explore living abundantly in every area of your life. Ways to let go of limiting patterns and beliefs and to step into the flow of creativity and possibility, knowing you are supported by the universe.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Glenn Brooks. Welcome, LA, Vibrant Living LA, Vibrant National Network, International Network. I love what Master Teresa was saying, so much about the recognition of love. It's such a beautiful thing. We're going to go to a second hour today. We're going to have Dr. Gloria Kaye be with us in a few moments. And we're going to do a couple long-distance healing sessions right over the airways. If you guys haven't read this book, it's called Beyond the Local Mind. And it's all about Beyond the Local Mind. It's by Dr. Larry Dawson. He talks about just what's more powerful than our mind. I love Dr. Gill. I love when you said that you just work here. I like that. You just work here. Like the God energy comes through. God is a humbling thing to realize there's something bigger than our mind, right? It's a humbling, and yet the big mind conducts an intelligence that, in a sense, moves us and breathes us. I think what I'm going to do, Sherry and Lisa, I'm going to let you guys talk a little bit. So I want anything that's been moving you, any comments, and also Lisa, I think we're at 10 of right now. So we're going to actually start another show, and I want to invite you all to stay with us, including Sherry and Teresa, and in a little bit we're going to be joined by Dr. Gloria Kaye, who I want to put it this way. What she told me was when she was, I guess, a very little girl. I believe the healing energy was in her aunt, and the aunt passed it on to her. I believe now it's in her grandson. And so that's another thing that would be fun to talk about is how do we discover this and live it and share it. Sherry, go ahead. Tell me what's bubbling for you. Dog mystic.
Well, I am the dog mystic and of Vibrant Dogs. And energy is all around us, but I mean, it's definitely important to be a good listener because society today is so fast and there's so much hustle and bustle and there's so many distractions that there's plenty of people that aren't listening enough, So to put forth the energy of making people feel comfortable to talk to you and to open up to you is definitely a beautiful opportunity. And I mean, as a dog trainer, I enjoy going into people's homes and I feel grateful that they're opening up their homes to me, and then as the weeks progress, then they're opening up their personal lives and they feel comfortable talking and it definitely is I guess a good quality of my soul that like when people have commented that like wow, your energy, you have such a calm energy and a calm, peaceful energy. So it's definitely a good feeling. And my mission is just to help as many animals and people as possible. So that's my mission with Smart Paws Dog Training and Vibrant Dogs. And
we're going to be doing that.
Yes.
I was just going to mention we're going to do
a retreat. We're going to be doing a
Kauai.
Retreat with your dogs.
Yeah.
So it's going to be amazing and relaxing and enjoyable and energetic and meditative and just a full-on bonding moment with your dog. and a relaxation for yourself and your dog. So it's a beautiful, beautiful.
But putting together like a questionnaire so you guys could learn about the retreat and kind of ask what you want to have. And it's kind of if you've always wanted to have this next level of intuition and being in tune with your dog and feel the sense of ease rather than you're trying to, like, be in positional because the dog's not listening, this is going to be just such a gift. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Sherry says aloha so powerfully. I just want to say that. I don't know how you've done that. Where did you catch that vibration from? It's almost like you're from Kauai, you know what I mean? You're almost outcasting. Yeah, all right. Coming through really strong. I think Janet really says, like, we examine ourselves after these shows because your aloha is so good. I think Lisa has a good aloha as well, as I recall, Lisa. You have a good aloha as well. Yeah. We're all in the ohana.
The breath of God in us. That's what it means. Wow. The breath of God.
I got to say, I didn't know that. I thought, because I know the ohana is the family that breathes together, but aloha is beautiful. God.
Yeah, I think it's a nice.
So,
one thing I just wanted to comment real quick because both, Dr. Gale and Sherry had touched on it just briefly. Is that, there's sometimes we connect with individuals on our journey. And it may just be a 5-minute conversation, or it may be a 3-hour conversation that just seemed like it was just 5 minutes. But as Glenn was talking about this miraculous connection and how we are all sort of, I think, on the planet at this time coming together in a greater realization that we really truly are one, and that there's so many things. We have these threads that are journeys of where we kind of navigate through our days and the people whose lives we touch. But, I think it's really miraculous that, Glenn has brought us all together and, that we're able to share this wisdom and to sort of, just remind people of their own inner greatness. I mean, I know that, Master Teresa, in your quiet way, that when you touch in with individuals and Sherry the same way, you come into, somebody thinks they're booking a training session for their dog, but really it becomes something quite different. It's a different experience. You're awakening the family to the truth of the soul of the spirit of the animal that came to be with them, and teaching them about honoring. And I just think it's really wonderful. So I want to thank you, Glenn, and everybody for being here and really, starting and embarking on something that is really, really remarkable. Really remarkable.
Yes.
So thank you all.
I'm grateful to be here. It's amazing. Totally amazing.
You're deeply welcome. I knew from the moment we spoke, I always had such a good sense that we were supposed to do something magnificent together, and I could feel your connection to dogs and people, and that you were the dog mystic. You just at the time weren't wearing the T-shirt. Now we need the dog mystic T-shirt, to kind of.
Now it's on. It is official. I am the dog mystic.
Cool.
I love it.
All right, cool.
Love it.
All right, cool. I just was wondering. Okay, So I want to ask you guys. So it's been so, I don't even know, intimate, and could you? I don't know. Have you ever, sharing about myself when I'm 12 with Gail, and discovering what some people might call the holographic field. So the holographic field, is this place where we could shift things that are in time. And the guy who wrote the book, The Holographic Universe, Michael Talbot, who was very close with Barbara Brennan, he had called me on a Monday. We were going to speak on a Thursday, and he passed away before Thursday. And I thought to myself, wow, it's like each moment is so precious. And it's so Joel Goldsmith, before he transitioned, who Eckhart Tolle said to be the most significant spiritual teacher he encountered, Joel Goldsmith summoned his whole, 40 years of work by saying that healing is as simple as the recognition that the calendar is an illusion. He called it a few things. He called the calendar hypnosis, mesmerism, an illusion, And so he didn't talk to people, but he said when someone came to see him, he said if he held it in a recognition that the calendar, it would break this, he sometimes would call it a trance. And this woman had come to see him, and she started to say to Joel that her husband was an alcoholic. But then she stopped and said, Joel, my husband has the appearance of being an alcoholic. And that day, her husband stopped drinking when I heard speaking to him. And I'm still very in reverence of this other invisible conversation or transmission that is so profound that in some sense we go right past, in the linear world. The linear world has everything figured out, and realize we ongoing live in this other place that is a mystery, and also that we participate in miracles, which is going to be our next, in a few moments, we're going to talk about mastering miracles, which requires so much grace. And so I'm very excited about that. I know, Gail, share something else. You always have something beautiful to share. What would you like to share that was when you woke up this morning?
I liked what you said about time, because I think of time in a similar way, that there really is no such thing as linear time. We just made it up so that we can understand things better and, categorize ourselves.
There should be a sign like that at the bank, by the way, Gail. That should be a sign at the bank, just like that. We made up time so we could kind of understand each other, and you could get your deposit, something like that.
Yeah, so we can categorize, digitize, and all that stuff. But in true reality, there is no time. It's just like when things happen before they happen. That's the kind of timelessness that there is. And when miracles happen, which I've been fortunate to be part of many of miracles, you don't get to be in charge of when it happens, but it happens.
Yeah. If someone was listening to you right now, and you could give them and they would like to experience a miracle, what would you share with them?
Well, I think you have to set yourself up for receiving a miracle, and for, like my mother
being
had
open.
Being open. My mother had adenocarcinoma of the lung, and I worked on her shamanically and energy and every way that I could, herbally, before she had her surgery. And when they went to remove it, it was gone. It was just a hole there. And before she had her surgery, I would do hands-on healing on her, and she'd go, she was so cute because she didn't really believe in any of this stuff, but she loved me so much that she let me do it. She'd go, "Oh, are you giving me another one of those heat treatments? Oh, I really like those." And then I made her this medicine bag, right? And it was a beautiful medicine bag with a bear on it and water coming out of the hand. And I said, "Mom," and I had medicine in it. We call it medicine, herbs and things. And I said, "I want you to sleep with this." And she goes, "Oh, but honey, it's such a pretty purse. Are you sure you want me to sleep?" I said, "Yes, I want you to sleep with it." She said, "Okay, honey, okay." And, through the course of all that medicine and the love we exchanged, her cancer disappeared.
Wow. Beautiful.
And she was 72, and she lived to be 98, and did not die from cancer.
Oh, what a blessing.
Beautiful.
Well, that's like my mom. My mom has like heart issues, but not heart, but like blocked arteries. So she has blocked arteries in her leg. She had the carotid surgery. So last September, she had gotten the stents put in her leg, and so I guess they were last September they were somewhat collapsing, and she needed surgery again. So that was in September, but then she went for her I guess she went to the hospital before the surgery just to get all her blood work done, and her hemoglobin was extremely low, so she wasn't able to have the surgery. And that was in September, like end of September to the beginning of October. And so there was like a 6-month lull of like, all right, well, let's get your blood work up and your iron and get all the, like if there were certain medications that were needed. And I during that time I was doing, because I do energy work as well for animals and for people. So so it's funny because my mom doesn't believe in that whatsoever. She's like, I've tried to do it in person, and she's like, sure, what are you doing? I don't feel anything, and like, what's going on? I'm like, all right, Mom, like, don't worry. Even if you don't feel it, or even if you have this blockage that, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling, but so I was doing a bunch of healings on her within those 6 months, and she had to go for another like stress test and a recheck in either May or June, and her arteries are clear, and she doesn't need the surgery, and she doesn't need to see the surgeon for a year. So I believe in energy healing.
That's great. All right, we're going to take a pause, then we're going to continue in Making Miracles or Mastering Miracles. Dr. Gloria Kaye and all you guys, Dr. Gail Randall, Lisa LaRose, Sherry, and myself. Stay with us. I guess that's it. We're back here. We're forward. We're forward. We're forward with Vibrant Living. I'm Glenn Brooks, and we've been, along with Lisa LaRose, Dr. Gail Randall, all our new people from L.A., Vibrant L.A. I want to thank Eric Morris, who has been telling me to come to L.A. the last 15 years. He told me I could stay at his house, and without giving up any. Anyway, Eric just turned 88. People around the world revere him. One of his books is called No More Acting, Please. And when I heard about that title, I knew I was in the right place. It's nothing to do with acting. It has to do with authenticity and being the character. Master Teresa, in a few moments, is going to lead us through a breathing meditation and to breathe in our energy. And I want to welcome, of course, our co-host for this ongoing series on Mastering Miracles. Dr. Gloria Kaye has been working with people both in person and remotely, and what some people call remote healing, energy healing, long-distance healing. There's probably a lot of ways. Some people relate to it as prayer. Some people relate to it as sending energy. I think the bottom line is that people have had major changes. I had the honor of meeting Dr. Gloria, I don't know. I forget about time sometimes, about at least 2 months. The first probably 6 healings was significant. I just couldn't wait to work with her. The times that she was working, when she would say, I'm going to be working, I'm going through the back of your head. That might sound really funny to say this to you guys, but when she actually, I felt like physically, if I was in the same room with her, I could feel physically that she was actually working on my optic nerve. I could feel her. I could feel a sense of warmth, energy, and it's so. Once you allow it, I guess it becomes so real, so evident. And so those 6 sessions were just significant to me at the deepest level. Because the truth is, which I didn't express in the last hour, I think part of what happened was, and this sort of happened maybe 2 months ago. I had a scientist on, and one of the things she had said to me is diagnostic trauma is the most common trauma. So I realized after I had this sort of diagnostic thing happen around my eyes, I literally hadn't felt anybody touch me in the back of my head. I felt my eyes had been untouched. So the first time Dr. Gloria worked on me, I felt, oh my God, I feel like I'm being touched on my eyes. And it was kind of like, I realized in medicine, I'd gone to a holistic eye doctor who I respect, but I literally left the office not knowing when my feet were going to land again. And so I want to say I feel very graced to have you with us today, Gloria, and I'm happy you're with Dr. Gail Randall and Lisa and Sherry, because there's something beautiful hearing each of you express the way the message comes through, your experience of it, and also I encourage people, to listen in a different way. I said in the beginning of the first hour, let's all breathe together like the Dalai Lama. I had a conference call this morning with a company from Tel Aviv. And we had the most amazing discussion about breathing and the implications. So beautiful. We're gonna, along with Dr. Randall, we're gonna get into this whole thing because it's amazing. If we breathe differently, we don't just change our blood pressure. We change the whole way we experience life and union. Right. So it's not just correcting a medical condition. It's kind of the sense of wonderment. You know, it's kind of like I think we've gotten away with like life is about wonderment. And so I think what happens is I know what happened for me. It's like, and it's funny. It's the last thing that Dr. Valerie Hunt said to me. I think the world's greatest scientist around energy healing, hands down. She said, Glenn, it's all about releasing the trauma, because in the new German medicine, this medical doctor saw his son get shot, and then he got sick in a way he hadn't before, and he realized, oh my God, when we get shocked and we don't release the shock, that's physically. And this is what Valerie taught. Then we get physically ill, right? So I want to say, first of all, I want to acknowledge the spirit and wonder of Dr. Gloria Kaye, Dr. Gil Randall, Sherry, her beautiful work with dogs, and of course Lisa, she's been my family member for many, 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 many years, and I couldn't have done anything alone. I guess this process has been really a lot about surrendering and feeling this other sense of power, and here I am again in a somewhat of a parking lot walking, in which I had the healing with Dr. Gil Randall. It's my first experience. So it's been a really powerful 2 or 3 months. And in some sense, it's totally humbling in the sense that I feel like anything I thought I knew, I've re-examined. I've re-examined everything. As I said, in my last 30 days with Dr. Randall, I've been looking at how much sodium I take in. I've been looking at, oh my God, what's my diet? I've given up everything to rediscover it. We're going to let, first of all, Gloria, I want you to speak and say hello and share about yourself. And again, I think I'm going to take a good breathing pause and let you, and then a little bit we're going to let Teresa, who some people know as Matt, do a little breathing exercise if that's cool. Because I think that'd be a good thing to do, because she's helped a lot of people and she has developed I Qigong. So Gloria, share with yourself, introduce yourself to people.
Well,
Dr. Gloria Kaye.
And I like to be called Gloria. And I have an inherited gift. My great Aunt Katie was a healer, and the family myth states that people used to go to Katie, and she would make them feel better. So I didn't realize I was a healer until I was in my late 20s, early 30s. But that doesn't mean that I wasn't using healing energy to help people. I just didn't identify it. And then once I identified it, I naively thought that everyone could do what it was that I was doing. And maybe with practice and a little luck, that's the case. But when I first came out as a healer, it was quite astonishing. Can I go on?
No, I'm sorry. I thought that was funny the way I never heard anybody say they came out as a healer. I just had that terminology. That was new for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, coming out.
I like it. It's funny.
For me to
please continue.
Myself. Shall I go on?
Please.
Yeah. Excuse me. To identify myself as a healer was really a big deal. Now, things have changed in the last 5 to 7 years, but I want to tell you, initially, when I came out, I was not widely accepted. Huh. You know, people thought I was doing woo-woo therapy, and I am a licensed MSP. Yeah, seriously. So I have to be very careful not to confuse any kind of counseling issue with hands-on therapy, because that ethically is not okay. So there's a big difference between talking with someone about their emotional issues and healing the emotional issues energetically. However, one of the ways I do address emotional issues when I'm working with someone energetically is to say, and you may quote me, I have some psychic information about your condition. Would you like me to reveal this to you? So that kind of gets into, the dynamics of the individual. And I jokingly say that I do bumper-to-bumper healing, everything from migraines to bunions and everything in between. And the remote, you like that one too? I haven't heard.
I like it. Bumper-to-bumper, yes. We could use a bumper-to-bumper healing center instead of auto detailing sometimes, you know? That'd be the next door.
Right.
I like
I'm
that.
one-stop shopping, you know, if you have a bellyache, a shoulder ache, a headache, the bunions, whatever it is, I try to address everything in a session. And usually 3 sessions are required to get the full benefit of what I do. And people definitely experience relief after the first session. So again, I've been coached by so many people since what I'm doing is esoteric, and as I said, it's more widely received now. But it was suggested that I call myself a pain management specialist, and that's what I do. So when I do my healings, I like to do it site specific. So that is, you tell me what you want me to address, where your issues are, and then I begin my work. So there you have it in a nutshell. Anything?
That was good. You came out of the closet for like 200,000 people, so that you're no longer in the closet to another level of people today. You're out of the closet. I like that. Out of the closet healing. Hey, Lisa, we brought the West Coast to the East Coast today, didn't we? Lisa?
We most certainly did. I think it's wonderful. And we also brought the Canadian front because both Master Teresa and I are Canadian, so you're intercontinental.
All right. Hey, you know what?
As well.
You know, it's okay with you, Gloria. Master Teresa mentioned we could do a little bit of breathing exercise, and if it's okay, I just. First of all, I love the way, if you guys haven't heard Master Teresa say relax, it's one of the most divine transmission of words. The first time I heard it, I was laying on a table at Eastover Resort last week, and she said, relax. And I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. So I want to say, you just got to do a tape and just say relax for half an hour, and I'm in. So I'd love you to take a few moments and please just take us to a breathing exercise, Master Teresa.
Yeah. Yes, but I'd like to ask the audience, if you're driving, maybe don't follow me or park the car first, because you might so relax and not paying attention to the road, eh? Because we relax, we really go into healing the body. The body, the body is not in the flight mode, and then it will go to the healing process, right? So it's really beautiful to allow that time to relax, very mindful with all the healers in the room too. We send you our blessings, our love, so that you can move on and learn to let go. Letting go, release, just breathing out your feelings, your difficult things happening in your life. It's just really that simple, really. So we can start, should we? So did everyone park the car on the road? Don't park. Okay. That's good.
Including Dr. Reynolds' patients. You guys could park too.
Exactly. So we say, so everyone, we're holding the space for you, for all the audience. Be open to this energy. We're all sending to you with love. Give yourself that time. Permit, right? Allow the energy to come to you. It's not just a breathing. If you allow, many things can happen in this breathing. Energy just start with a thought, right? You start wanting it, and then we are providing it together as a group too. So go ahead. Let's relax. Relax means lighten up the head. Soften up the feelings. Be a little bit kind to yourself. So relax the head. So relax your neck. Just relax. The shoulders relax. You will feel the heaviness on your shoulders, the weight of life. Maybe you can lift it up now. Just relax. It can go. Relax your shoulder, your neck. Just take a breath and just relax. So we go down a little bit, and we go to the chest. We have the heart. Relax the heart. Love your heart, yourself. Be kind to yourself. Relax your heart, your lungs. Relax your lungs. Lighten up. Yeah. So we go down a little bit more. Relax your stomach. Relax the stomach, which is very nervous, dealing with all the things around you, right? So relax the stomach. Relax the abdomen. Breathe in. Just breathe out. We go back up to the shoulder, your back, your upper back, relax. Relax your lower back. So relax
If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Vibrant Living Network. I'm Glenn Brooks. It's our new hour program with Dr. Gloria Kaye, and we're calling this segment the Mastering Miracles. You're listening to some people call Master Teresa. Teresa is a long-term Qigong practitioner, and she's sharing with you an energy, relaxation, energization. Dr. Gail Randall is she's my personal soul guide, physician, genius. And I never worry about vitamins now because I could just talk to Gail. But it's not just the physical vitamins; it's all those spiritual vitamins and the deep stuff. You know, Bernie Siegel wrote a book once, and Gail has fulfilled a title: How to Live Between Office Visits. That's the most relevant. Dr. Gloria Kaye's with us, Sherry Martez, who works with dogs and people in deeper harmony. Beyond command, you could have a relationship with your dog that's just profound. Lisa LaRose. What can I say higher than Lisa's a family member? I don't know what else to say that could say more than that. She's also executive producer. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to let people know that because I find your voice and presence so wonderful that I was kind of forgetting. I just thought I was by a campfire listening to you. And I was just like, wow.
The audience actually go to my website, purelandqigong.com. There's a Qigong video on the website or the YouTube.
Beautiful.
There are plenty of my teachings around, or Instagram too. Just search Pure Land, Qigong. Yeah, it's really
and I'm going to be teaching or being with. I'm thinking in November we're going to do something. And I want to say that Dr. Gail Randall, Dr. Gloria Kaye, Master Teresa, Lisa LaRose, Sherry Marquez, they'll be at our next Vibrant Speaker Summit. And it's so much more than the talks. It's all the in-between exercises. It's the community. It's being in a place where the miraculous is given permission to exist, talked about, and acknowledged. Right? So the language sometimes that we, in the Kabbalah, what it says is that if you speak of the fake world and put it on a pedestal, you go into the tree of knowledge. And the knowledge doesn't give you the experience of the tree of life. So I'm just honored that all of you are here, and I will continue. And actually what we're going to do is maybe let's explore this thing about mastering miracles. Let's go on the panel, because I know you guys want to experience the mastery of miracles in your life. Let's explore it. I'm Glenn Brooks. Your life's precious. Enjoy it. I'm so excited about Vibrant LA. Love you guys. Welcome. And welcome all of Dr. Randall's Instagram people. Hello.
Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
I'm Kathy Williams, host of Sexy Mom Abundant Life radio show on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. On the show, we explore living abundantly in every area of your life. Ways to let go of limiting patterns and beliefs and to step into the flow of creativity and possibility, knowing you are supported by the universe.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I'm so appreciative of the Vibrant Living Network and all the people that really wake me up and have been so significant in my life. Dr. Gloria Kaye, Dr. Gail Randall. I'm on a bike trail as I speak to you guys, and some bikers were very swiftly coming around me just then. I couldn't right now. Thank you. Everybody wants to speak to me unless you have a microphone. It's that's how you meet people, by the way. Wear a microphone. I want to recommend it. It'll change your whole shopping, Wear a microphone. You can wear a shirt that says network. I don't know why people have to go with these difficult things. You just got to change a few ways you move. Okay, mastering miracles. Let's get into that. This is fun. I just want to say that, first of all, I want you guys, as I say this, I've been practicing the I don't know mind. I don't know mind. I really don't know. So to experience remote healing and distance healing, and Gloria and Gail and Lisa and Sherry, I want you guys to follow. I just been in this I don't know mind. I get up and I have thoughts. They come, they go. Some of them are really terrifying. Gail reminds me to replace them with 3 enlivening, wondrous thoughts. So mastering. So I would say the experience of I don't know, but I'm open, right? That's what Master Teresa said. The willingness to have an immediate shift of perception. The willingness to not be identified with your physicalness. In other words, the symptoms and your pain are not you. The willingness to let go of them. The willingness to be with them. In some ways, invite them. Sometimes I realize my what I call my symptoms is sometimes almost my resistance to having them. And it's the fear of the future and coming in. I want to, by the way, thank Dr. Goswami, whose new show is going to be calling The Healing Power of Homeopathy, his sweetness and caring has been wonderful. So the mastering of miracles, the I don't know mind, willingness. The willingness is so we experience with Teresa's relaxation, her exercise, I guess just allowing the flow of life to come through you. Gloria, what would you say about mastering miracles? You've been 50 years, you've been working with people all over the place. They come to you and they have to suspend their mind because very few people, my mother never said to me, the pediatrician, she never said this verbally, but she said it non-verbally. The pediatrician's God, you're going to get a cream and we're going there. And her whole life, she just thought of the doctor as the great pharmacy dispenser, whose godlike powers went into you through pharmaceuticals. No one ever told me there's such a thing as remote healing.
Correct.
What would you say about mastering miracles?
In terms of remote healing, I, again, work site specifically, and I look at imbalances in the body and energetically make those corrections. So I believe, and I hope one day a scientist will support this, but I believe what happens is I'm working with light waves, and it happens very quickly. So the healing actually, I'm sorry, I was distracted for a moment. The healing actually occurs more quickly than when I do hands-on healing. So I find that really, really fascinating. And again, what I do, I look at structural imbalances, what we're talking about, injuries or chronic issues, whether it's migraines or bunions or bellyache. And then I use my pendulum quite frequently. I do food testing when necessary. Specific for migraines are never in isolation, but the facets in the skull usually are awry, and with that goes food sensitivity. So I approach migraines using a twofold approach. And it goes on and on and on. And people say, well, do you treat serious situations? Yes, I do. And I was just thinking last night about a dog who had his paw amputated because of cancer. Well, within 2 or 3 sessions, this dog was scampering on the beach and was cancer-free. Do I put myself out as the cancer maven? No, not at all. But I am able to work cellularly so cells get dispersed, they get rejuvenated or reorganized. So that's my spiel and my explanation as how it works.
All right. No, it's beautiful. So I want to, Gail, and then I want to go to Lisa and Sherry. And I was going to say you're the not inboard or on, but you're the residential scientist who, I like to say, you work with the anthropology of people's deep well-being. You have 2 minds. You obviously have an infinite mind, as Dr. Valerie Hunt would call it. What's your take on mastering miracles, Gail? I always feel like I could share something that you've taught me, but I'm really curious to see what you'd say about that.
Well, I think it's beautiful. I think miracles are real. I think, you can get a miracle. I think people that are in the process of healing need to understand that some people get healed. Everybody gets healed. Everybody can be healed. But some people get cured. And when they have these kind of uncurable things and they get cured, that's what I call a miracle. I don't feel like we get to decide who gets it and who doesn't get it. Some things are easier to heal than other things or cure, but these uncurable kind of things that people come to me with cancers and leukemias and things like that, I still think they have a chance of getting a miracle. And so you set it up and I am an integrated physician, so we do everything that the patient wants to do within their realm. Some people want to do natural, some people want to do natural plus the Western. And then on top of it, we do the spiritual work and the healing work. And then sometimes, like with my mother, you get a miracle, or other people that I've had, like the colon cancer guy we were talking about earlier. So it's like you said earlier, Glenn, you're in the position of the no mind or the child mind. My teacher would call that the vibration of or innocence. It's like being a child. And in that place, we are teachable. And if we can be in that place and be completely teachable, that's when we're open to receive that kind of energy and get healed, get cured, miraculously.
Beautiful.
Sherry.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they would call that ho at the medicine circle, right? We got to say ho, agree to just the beautiful living truth, right? The beautiful living truth of, when I did speak at Harvard last year, and I was sitting with the physician, the advisor for the conference on brain, cognition, and movement. And one of the things he said to me in different ways is that a lot of what's really works and is real, a lot of people haven't been schooled in. So they're very in their box. So the neurologists are in their box a certain way. The cardiologists, I just had this conversation that very few cardiologists are trained in the breath, as an example. So this beautiful thing that Dr. Gale began to language 40 years ago about integral medicine, this idea that medicine is so deep and is integral and infinite and interconnected. It's kind of like, I was doing a series once from the Heart Math Institute, and Dr. Bruce Wilson said to me, he's a cardiologist, he said one of his concerns was that sometimes when the other cardiologists take the calls, they might kill someone. And I said, say more. He said, well, they speak to people as if they're have no soul. It's so mechanistic. It's kind of like they speak in a way as if the heart's not listening in. How do you speak to people as if the heart and the whole are listening?
Or they are the heart and not the body and
the
soul.
Right. So in a few moments we're going
to share. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Please, Lisa. Please go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead.
Well, for those of the audience that may not be familiar with the term, remote healing or energy healing, or basically how it works. I mean, there's certain things that didn't used to be in the context of our vocabulary. We used to be hardwired to a line to be able to talk to somebody, and we had to make a long-distance phone call. Now we have the ability to pick up a phone and use an app and speak to people all over the world. And it really, with remote or energy or distance healing, whatever word you want to say, it's almost like tapping into that divine connection, and it's instantaneous. There is no time lag. There is no dial tone that we really have to wait for. You kind of get dialed in, and as Dr. Randall said, you kind of go to a space of emptiness, and as you go into that space, I think you go into a place of willingness to serve, and just being open to whatever is meant to unfold and to receive. And I know we were very blessed it was the week before, but to have Gloria do a session with Sherry. So for those of you, you can tune in and listen to that and sort of see what Sherry expressed and how she felt. But I think, as Gloria said, there were certain times that it was not accepted, and now the consciousness is changing, and I think things are speeding up. But it's wonderful. You go into a space of relaxation. I don't know, Sherry, if you care to share any of what you experienced after after the session was over. Obviously, there was just the time frame during the show, but what you may have experienced during those last 2 weeks.
I'd just like to add real quick for Gloria's,
please,
edification, not her edification, but to support her. There are studies, by the way, that show that remote healing is a real thing. I used to go around the country and talk about the science behind mind-body medicine, and they had people, Gloria, you probably know this, that were remote healing on people that obviously weren't even in the area that were in our MRI scanners. And they found, the changes in the MRI, their left brains would start lighting up. And, that's the part of your brain that is, the meditative part of your brain. And they weren't even in the same state. So they were doing remote healing and able to measure it, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So thank you for your work, Gloria. Thank you for your work.
Oh, it's my great pleasure. So, we're able to measure the outcome. People are pain-free. They're able to move more freely. But I'm looking at the science of it. How does it work? So I do want to mention this. If anyone cares to go to my website, I have a section called wait a minute, what is it called?
What is your website?
Oh, thank you. That was very zen of you, Gail. It was very zen. I like that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It's just GloriaKaye.com. And on my website, I was able to show how the energy gets transferred to my clients. So I was very fortunate to work with a physicist, and using infrared, she was able to capture the energy from my hand being transferred, and also the after image once I remove my hand. So that's hands-on healing. What I am really, really curious about is how it works remotely. I mean, what is the process? What is going on? So we do have the evidence, hands-on, that it works, and it's called the science of energy healing. So if you go to my website, and one of the sections on the top is just called the science of energy healing, get a whole explanation, and you see me in a lab. I've been hooked up, and then the results of my work with the client.
Thank you.
Yes. So for me, the mystery is still, how does it work remotely? And maybe I'll never know. And I do have a little story I want to tell you. Many years ago, I was sitting in between two physicists. And I had done a lot of research on yoga and substance abuse and other kinds of research. And so I was sitting at a dinner party in between these two physicists. And I was saying, how about if I use a black box? And how about if I do this? And et cetera, et cetera. They both looked at me and said, we may never have the answers. So why don't you just continue to do your work? And that was a real turning point for me.
I want to say that today, Sherry Marquez, who is one of Florida's foremost volunteers for great things, is with us, dog mystic, and she has volunteered to yet again receive a long-distance energy healing, believe it or not. She's here again. I'm joking. I'm playing.
And
All right. So I thought we could do that.
Okay. And just for Lisa's question before.
Yes, please.
I definitely felt the healing while it was going on. My body was relaxed. I was feeling tingly. I was feeling warmth. But right after the healing, I know that Gloria did tell me, like, well, if you can relax, that would be great. But I was pretty much seated, I was parked in front of the facility. So I had to go in and work a few large dogs. So there wasn't a lot of relaxation after the healing to actually let it sink in. So I wasn't able to fully fully relax and fully get the full effects of the healing. And but I mean, like, while it was happening, I definitely felt good and felt relaxed and felt the warmth.
Do you have now? I'm sorry.
Well, it's still my right side. It's still my right side that is more bothersome than my left, and my neck has been tight. Like, my neck and shoulders have been tight as well.
On the right side still? On the right side?
Well, my neck is just like all, like my shoulders, pretty much my shoulders, all, both of them, and then my right side from my sciatic hip and down to my foot.
So let's do this. So I just want to say, Gloria, and Gail and Lisa and Master Teresa. I like Teresa's. Teresa's a powerful name. Let's face it. When you add Master, it only gets more powerful. So I love it when it's so miraculous in some sense. It's so different. And Gloria, you could tell me, but I think as much as you guys could share, like when Gloria works on me, I could actually feel her hands, like, sort of go through the back of my head and sort of touch my optic nerve. And I have a glow, and I have a sense that, like, goodness is happening. You know, it's a sense. It's almost like changing a channel. And I'd like to share that as much as we can, only because I think it's it's sort of beautiful and it's sort of distinct. So anything that, you know, because I know, Gloria, you've done it sometimes so much. Maybe I still think it's, you know, profound. When you say, now I'm working in the back of your head, I'm going through the back of your head, it's still, and another thing that I deeply appreciate is the feedback that you share. Because sometimes the uncertainty around healing is kind of like, well, what is happening with my cells, or what's happening with my physiology? And so there's another dimension of healing, I think, around the words and the intent. And that's another thing that I've had with Dr. Gail Randall. I feel like Gail, I just feel like part of what this is this transfer of this release, or this letting down, which is so profound, so beautiful. Same thing with Teresa. I kind of feel there's something that when we receive it, okay, we're gonna do this long distance healing with the dog mystic. We're gonna talk to the big dogs now, so they give you a special space after the treatment. Stay with us for more Vibrant Living, the Vibrant Living Network. I'm Glenn Brooks. Stay with us. Your life's precious. Enjoy it.
The real conscious connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Conflict comes in many forms and often triggers a fight-or-flight response. Some of us gravitate toward conflict, while many will stop at little to nothing to avoid it. Unfortunately, what we resist will persist, which often forces us to face our fear and deal with it head-on. Join me during my show, Conflict Rising, as I discuss the important role of conflict with leaders who have moved through it successfully. Tune in Thursdays at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, it's always darkest before the dawn.
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything.
I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor.
If making my detox public is going to help somebody, I'm all for it. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth. A message from Truth, the Ad Council, and ONDCP.
Hello and welcome to the Vibrant Living Network, our new Vibrant LA with Dr. Gail Randall. Dr. Randall's at her office right now. She's like 3 minutes to go. I want to say I love you. I'm happy you're with us, and I'm happy to be doing this on a regular basis in LA. And hearing your voice today, Gail, I realize I'm so entranced with your voice in the sense that I feel this soul. It's a beautiful experience having you on today. Deeply thank you. Of course, I'll speak to you later. And we got next week to go, and I want to welcome all the people from our network nationally in LA, and you'll get to meet all my Vibrant Living team members, my Vibrant family teachers at our Vibrant Speaker Summits. So much love and blessings, Gail, and thank you for being on the program today, our program.
Thank you very much. So
we'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Yeah.
Give out your website one more time before we do the healing. Go ahead. Give out your website.
Oh, you read my mind. Dr. Gail Randall, drgmrandall.com. Facebook is Dr. Gail Space Randall, and Instagram is Dr. Gail Randall, Gayle. I love you guys.
No mystery.
So
love you. Thank you. Love you a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we're going to – she's such a sweetheart. All right, Vibrant Living Network, we got a long-distance healing. So I want you guys to – and Teresa and Lisa – and I just want to say, Gloria, if you have anything to say about this, as Sherry receives your healing, could other people have a healing as well? Is this something that when you send this, is it something we could all experience as you share this thing, as you share this with working on Sherry? Is this something we all tap into?
Well, since I'm directing this site-specific, I would say that it wouldn't be appropriate to tune into that.
Okay.
Okay. So it's possible, but I think it would be more responsible of me to suggest that you do not tune in, because as I said, I'll be working site-specific, and I'm going to start on the hip. Now, I have a question for you. Did you go back to square one? Do you feel as compromised as you did when we first did our first remote healing?
Yes.
Yes, we went back to square one. Okay. So the thing about going back to square one, with the second time around, it doesn't take as long to get a client to the point where they were before they began to lose the balance. So I'm just going to get right into your hip. I'm still attracted there. That was the first thing that I saw. So I'm just going to hang there for a moment. And I think what happens is, your hips get misaligned. So while I'm working on this, I'm going to make a yoga suggestion, because we can't mention that I've been teaching yoga for 50 years, and I have a therapeutic approach to yoga. So what I'd like you to do, if you have a yoga block, I'd like you to place the block on your sacrum, so certainly not now while I'm working on you, but, maybe later in the day, place the block on your sacrum, keep your knees bent for a moment, and just let your body weight sink into the block. And once you find that you have your body weight sinking into the block, then extend your legs. But very cautious, and this will help to realign the hips. But I'm going to give you a heads up and work on your hip right now. So your right hip now is more relaxed. It's more in alignment with your left hip. It's dropping. The right hip was up, and I know that. This is part of my psychic gift. I can see what's going on. I can see what's going on, and I can see when the resolution begins. So that's definitely dropping now. Okay. And now I'm going to go to the SI joint in a curve form. I'm going to keep that buttocks area. And I just have to ask you, are you seated or are you lying down now?
Yes, I'm laying back.
Oh, beautiful.
There's a lot of feedback. I'm hearing a lot of.
Is this better? Is
Yeah.
that better? Okay. So that was an easy fix. Okay, so I'm in your buttocks now. And again, letting that hip drop into a more appropriate position. So you want to have that alignment. And I definitely use the block at least once a day. And that should help stabilize the treatment. So I'm still working on your back, energizing that. Now, how far down does this go on your leg? Please tell me that.
It goes down, like, by my knee. It's like behind my knee, and then it's almost like the whole sciatic. So from the right sciatic all the way down on the outside nerve, the outside to the ankle, all the way to the foot and toes.
Oh, it does go to your foot? Okay. All right, so let me get in there now. Right now, I'm on the outside of your right knee, just injecting a little energy there. So what I do is try to find the point of entry, even if I'm doing hands-on. And I frequently do not go to the main area of distress first. I like to enliven the body and then do the healing once the body's been enlivened. So I'm right in there now on the outside of your right knee. I'm going to stay there a little longer. And now I'm moving down your calf. Yes. And trying to relax that entire leg. Whew. No idea what that interference was, but here we are. So trying to relax that for you.
What was that you said, the interference?
I hear background noise at your end.
No, it's not me. I don't know. It's very loud.
Sherry's claiming a lot of innocence. I'm going to see if I could actually make an adjustment on my end too. The door's open to a studio, so let me see. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be online.
You're innocent as well, Lisa. All right. And there's no one in the car with you that we know of, right?
No.
Right.
It's nice to
It was a car joke. It was a car joke. There's a joker in the car.
Okay, that makes a difference.
Silliness Heals is the name of our new book.
All right, here I am, the back of your leg down to your foot. I'm around your Achilles tendon right now and working on your toes. That whole side was very, very uncomfortable. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Very.
So let's hope that this holds. Give yourself a little time before you go back to work if you can. If not, please feel free to contact me apart from our next conversation on the radio, I'm happy to follow up.
Thank you.
All right.
That's wonderful.
Sure. So that was the beginning. Now I'm going to go to your right side of your neck, even though you said it was both sides.
Okay.
You feel your right side relaxing now?
Oh yeah. As soon as you said that you were realigning it and kind of stretching it out because it was, the right hip was up a little bit. As soon as you said that, I definitely felt it stretch. Like I felt the stretch, and I felt the loose.
It's like a release. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm at your neck. Yeah. I don't know if there's a relationship between your neck and what was going on in your hip. I can't tell.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You sounded so innocent, Sherry.
Well, isn't this your new platform? I don't know. Talking to you.
She took to heart what I shared. That's Sherry's taking to heart what I shared about the I don't know mind. Yeah.
Very true.
All right. Your knee, your neck is just part of the issue. I'm going to work on relaxing your head, and I'm at your forehead now, just smoothing that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Have you had to be overly thoughtful in the last 3 or 4 days?
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
All right, now I'm back on your neck, the back of your neck, right at the atlas. Good. All right, now turn your head to the right and hold it for a moment. And then back to center and move to the left. And back to center and the right. And back to center and the left. And back to center. Good. I hope your neck feels better now. Can you tell me if it does?
Yes. It feels good. It feels looser.
Better. Okay. So, even when we hang up, I'm going to continue to work on you because I want to stabilize that hip situation. So I'm assuming you have a yoga block at home?
Yes.
Or something? All right. So please do that for sure. And then a very nice thing to do for realigning the body is the following. So you'll be standing and placing the block in between your inner upper thighs. Have your hands at your side and look straight ahead and just hold that pose for about a minute. And that very frequently goes right to the sacrum. So again, if you feel we need additional time together, I'm watching the time here. Please don't hesitate to contact me. Happy to help. So nice
I will
to
do it this
reconnect.
time for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
You're so welcome. I'm so happy that Lisa brought that up about that you were the winning contestant 2-3 weeks ago, and here you are starring in the receiving role and that's right, Mastering Miracles. So congratulations on. By the way, I want to acknowledge Sherry, Gloria, and Lisa, and Teresa, because I think it's such a beautiful willingness to just come public. When I've done that, I've always been rewarded. In other words, when I volunteered, and I've been really willing to be really vulnerable. And there's a beautiful gift in that, the vulnerability to heal, the vulnerability to allow yourself to. So thank you, Sherry. So we're going to be on again ongoingly with Mastering. You're welcome. ongoingly with Dr. Gloria Kaye on our Mastering Miracles, and we'll explore that. And if next week you want to work with Dr. Kaye, Dr. Gloria, let me know. So Glenn, Glenn, Glenn.vibrantliving, 2 N's, Glenn.vibrantliving@gmail.com. You can be in touch with Dr. Gloria. Say you want to have a healing session on the air. And we're going to continue to explore this and have people on and develop this as a conversation and lifestyle. I'll be with Master Teresa this weekend at the Eastover Resort, experiencing more of her wonderful work, and the honor of putting a workshop together and working regularly with Teresa. And then with Sherry, we're putting a workshop together in Hawaii, and also probably Burlington, Vermont, where we're having our next. I got to invite you, Gloria, to come. We're actually having an event. I'm putting it together. It looks like October, November, in the beautiful marketplace of Burlington, Vermont. Gorgeous place, by the way. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. Lisa claims she was there one time, but doesn't remember it well. So now we'll give her another opportunity to experience Burlington. That was a quote from the. Yeah, this is. I want to say Vermont in the summer is like paradise. I couldn't comment about the winter yet. So next week, am I forgetting anything that you want me to share with the audience, Lisa? Anything that we want to leave with the audience today?
I think that's about it. Yeah, looking forward to the next exploration. Awesome. Thank you so much, Gloria, for sharing your gifts and for all that you do. Likewise.
I want to thank Gloria. I want to thank Teresa. I want to thank Gail, who I'm probably going to do another ceremony with tonight at 10. This daily practice is powerful stuff. I want to thank Sherry for being and allowing her dog mysticness to touch and to educate people. You've only just begun, Sherry. There's so many people that are going to come to meet you as the dog mystic and as a speaker and as a facilitator. And I'm so happy as I keep moving towards the next steps of having my dog acquisition. I guess the dog's going to acquire me, you're saying. I don't got to acquire the dog. The dog's going to acquire me, apparently. The dog's going to pick me one day.
If you had a vision about the Great Danes, then follow that. Thank you.
Thank you. Your life's precious joy. Thank you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you Saturday, Teresa. Blessings, everybody. Thank you. I'm Glenn Brooks with the Vibrant Living Network. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.